The same sticker as all the other cars that have been following me, and I followed the truck here, so I know it's coming from here. I've done nothing to you people. I have a beef with the Masons. If anybody's going to follow me, the Masons.
So we're here working with the Jewish Federation of Grand Rapids, and the scenario is someone who's upset, in crisis, loud, rude, and obnoxious, and accusing members of the church of following him. How do you handle a situation like that? Do you recognize that there's a mental illness component there? Treat them with dignity and respect. Don't get sucked down a rabbit hole where you're arguing and debating and telling them that they're crazy, that no one's following them. Treat them with dignity and respect, empathy and compassion and grace, and see how you can help by maybe leading them to other resources and all that.
So your plan is to bother me while I'm trying to be alone with God in God's house.
You know what?
That's your whole purpose.
But from what I read, even in the Old Testament, you got to be alone to do that by yourself. Okay, so I'm over here by myself. There wasn't anybody.
So the scenario, the scenario here is during church service, you encounter an unknown person in an unauthorized area of the church. In this case, it's the children's ministry area, which is not occupied or have any type of activity during service. So how would you handle a situation like that? Are you going to get all huffy and puffy and offended that they're loitering and trespassing in an unknown part of the, an unauthorized area of the church? Or are you taking a moment to listen? Because right here, in this scenario, as it's playing out, we want to see if people listen to my guy, listen to my instructor, and hear that he just wants to find God. How are you helping him find God? There are things you can say or do to be empathetic, to be compassionate, to be ministry-minded, to help them along. There are ways to get them outside of this restricted area without necessarily getting all huffy and puffy and disrespectful and condescending.
Okay, well, how do we get started? How do we get started? What are you going to do to get started?
What time you're going to be here tomorrow?
Well, I mean, what about the card and stuff you're going to do today? What are you going to do today?
Yeah, I can get you the card.
Okay,
I just have to go up into my office.
Do you want me to follow you?
The situation here, like a lot of churches, you have a food pantry, a lot of homeless people come in, a lot of problems, mental illness, substance abuse. But in this scenario, the situation is someone in need has come in and unfortunately you've run out of food or something like that. How do you react and respond in a safe manner, in an empathetic, compassionate, ministry-minded manner to avoid this person who's definitely going to be upset, to keep them from escalating the situation into potentially physical violence? Because remember, they're just frustrated now. If they wanted to actually do harm, the violence and all that would have started. Right now, they're venting, they're being loud, rude, and obnoxious. Give them a moment to vent. As long as they're venting, they're burning off energy. And as long as they're burning off energy, they're going to start coming down. Be patient. Don't become overly frustrated, impatient, or offended by what someone's saying or doing. And own it. Okay, we ran out of food. I'm really sorry, but we've got gift cards and we've got, what other the church may have. Make sure you have a plan B for a situation where you run out of food or something like that.
You want us to call him?
Yes. I've been sitting here for an hour waiting to speak to him.
I'm Nicole.
Hello, Nicole.
Hi. I'm the executive director of the Federation.
Okay. Where is Rabbi Lewis?
So the scenario here is it's after service, you're doing a final walkthrough of the church, and you encounter someone standing out there or sitting back there in the back pews. Make contact with them, and all of a sudden it may or may not go sideways. In this particular scenario, the idea is that it's a mental illness case. Are you listening to someone who's venting, who's being loud, who's being obnoxious? Are you taking a moment to actually listen to them? In this case, it's a mental illness situation, and so that should clue you in on how to maybe navigate that situation and where to go with it. Because you don't want to inadvertently say or do something to escalate a situation with someone with mental illness who's having a crisis moment. So slow down, make contact with them, listen to them, treat them with dignity and respect, grace, empathy, and compassion, and see how you can legitimately give them a helping hand. And that's it. Another training seminar into the history books, 5 hours of very dynamic, realistic conflict de-escalation training with the good people here at the Jewish Federation here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I'm with Mary, who survived all 5 hours, who went through it. Mary, what do you think? How did it go for you?
You know, when I came today, I just didn't know what to expect. Yeah. But you brought up scenarios that I didn't even think about.
Okay.
just walking around the temple here. But I'm much more aware of things that could happen, how to deal with it, slow down.
That's right. That's right.
And I really feel confident now that I have a little better way of approaching potential problems.
Yes. And I'm glad. I'm glad. Did you have any expectations of what the training was going to be like? Did they give you a heads up? It's going to be very interactive or anything like that?
Yes, I knew it was going to be interactive, and I thought that was the good part of it.
Okay, good.
So that we could get some experience and some feedback on how we either succeeded or could do better.
Excellent. So you weren't overly stressed out at the idea of the interaction.
No,
that's good. Good.
That was, I didn't want it to be just sitting at the desk. I wanted to have.
That's good. I've been there too. Yeah,
I wanted to have some real hands-on practice, and your instructors did a good job of that.
That's phenomenal. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. And thank you for bringing this experiment
right experience. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. 2 to go. What do you think so far?
I'm very impressed with the way, really everything, the way you run things, the way you explain things. It's easy to understand.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I just feel like I'm getting trained in some really relevant kinds of things that will be helpful.
Did you have any expectations of what the training was going to be like today? You know, what type of heads up were you given?
Really not a whole lot. I just knew there were going to be some scenarios.
So you were just basically thrown into the deep end today.
Yes.
But you're enjoying yourself. You know,
I truly am, very much so.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Bert. I appreciate it.
These scenarios are really putting into action everything you've taught us in the workshop. And it's so different actually being confronted in a scenario. In theory, I think I can do it. And then when I'm put in the scenario, it's really challenging. So I'm learning so much, and the feedback has been great from your presenters.
Thank you.
So thanks for giving us this opportunity,
thank you for the opportunity
to put into action what we're learning. And I feel so much more prepared if, God forbid, anything ever happens.
Right. Did you have any, I guess, expectations of what the training was going to be like? Did they give you a heads up, or did they just say, it's just going to be scenarios? You know, do you have experience with scenario training? What was your attitude coming into this today?
I knew it was going to be interactive, but I didn't quite understand, I didn't know what it was going to be like. So having your professionals from your team here to be in the character of somebody who wants to escalate is really putting into action what we need to know.
So you're having fun, though.
I am. I know. I am a little uneasy in these because it feels so real, but I know also that it's safe. Because it's practice, but again, it's pushing me to really dig deep and really think about how I want to react if I ever am in a situation like this.
Yes. Well, thank you for taking a moment to chat with me.
Thanks,
I'm with Sandy, who's, I think, done 2 scenarios.
I've done all 4 of them.
She's done all 4. Yeah. She's done. So she's earned her certificate. But Sandy, what do you think? Now that you've gone through all 4 scenarios, what do you think?
I think it was an amazing experience. I was nervous about coming into it. I didn't know how I'd feel having aggressive big men to contend with. And I felt like I got enough from the lecture part and then the feedback from the guys who are being those
the scenario role players.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
Yes,
Thank you. Do you feel that much more confident now, having gone through this? Okay, that's important. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
So you said you were nervous coming into this. So what had they told you that the training was going to be like that made you a little bit nervous?
Just based on kind of my own experiences, my own personality, and the way that I can respond to a stressful situation. And I wanted for myself just to gain more experience, more confidence in a situation that I could de-escalate things and make smooth out a situation that wouldn't necessarily need to go into a bad situation.
So you've learned a lot. Was there anything that was validated and affirmed? Because that's one of the things I mentioned to the class. I always want to validate and affirm what people are doing right. Was there anything that you learned from the feedback from the instructors and all that did validate and affirm things that you're already saying or doing? Or was it completely new? Okay, I need to adjust this. I need to tweak that.
No, I felt validated by the scenario people.
Okay, good.
With the feedback. The eye contact,
yes,
the ability to pause and to try and understand, even if it's irrational.
Yes.
To try and understand and talk low and approach it with an openness.
Yes. Yep. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Sandy, thank you for
Aw.
chatting with me.